Danalong's nostrils flared with the sense of the ocean and his own blood. He staggered inland, shedding droplets of seawater on the forest floor. Step by painful step, he was guided only by the pale gleam of moonlight. Wet and racked by chills, he gasped for breath, as if drowning, but he was on dry land. It was his comrades, his people, who had drowned. The sea had lashed out, and the wind had twisted around, thrusting Windswift onto a hidden shelf, gutting it of cargo, crew, and soldiers. The cries and shouts, horses screaming as they spilled into the waves, the crack of masts as they splintered and toppled, the roar of ocean filling Danalong's ears, swallowing great gulps of water, swirling in the waves, drowning, drowning. Then his flailing hands had fallen upon a plank of wreckage that appeared out of the darkness like a gift bestowed upon him by the gods, and on this he floated to the shore of an unknown island. The surging ocean had slammed him into barnacle-clad rocks that shredded hands, elbows, and knees. Now the cool night air stung the raw wounds. He shoved aside tree limbs and crashed through underbrush with drunken momentum, driven inland by instinct or some force he could not name. Abruptly, the thick forest gave way, and he stumbled into a moonlit clearing. A vision appeared before him of an ivory-haired woman singing of autumn apples to a fawn as its mother and a bobcat watched on. Impossible, he thought, and the world darkened. Danalong thrashed in the water, waves crashing over his head. The current tried to pull him back under and fill his nose and mouth. The sea took young Jaren and Avery, and Drake and the others. Drawn under, one by one, their pale faces and limbs faded beneath the water's dark surface. "No!" he cried, and realized he wrestled with blankets and not the ocean. Sunshine and the scent of evergreens flowed through a window above where he lay, on a coarse mattress, and eased his panic. He was in a one-room croft of stone, and the hearth crackled with a day fire. Dried herbs hung from the rafters above. A table, laden with bread, honey, and berries, occupied the center of the room. All else was obscured in contrasts of sunlight and shadow. Might this be Coutray Harbor? He wondered, and the wreck no more than a nightmare? He listened for a time to the piping song of a thrush outside and the rustling of leaves in a breeze. No, not Coutray Harbor, he decided, which would be rank and noisy as a busy seaport always was. The wreck had been no nightmare. The Windswift was truly gone. "No," he whispered. He'd been on a vital mission for King Joneas to gather Lord Ari's troops and lead them to the coast of Coutray, where intelligence said Mornhaven's forces planned an assault. If Mornhaven took the eastern provinces, it would cost the Sacor clans the war, and all the years of suffering and slaughter would be for naught. Now, with the ship's loss, the king would receive no reinforcements at all, for Windswift's sister ship, Wishwind, carrying additional troops and supplies, had vanished in a gale days ago. He recalled strong currents and high waves as they approached the Northern Sea archipelago. It had been the shipmaster's plan to use the islands to conceal their approach from Mornhaven spies, despite the archipelago's dangerous tides and currents. Even more perilous in the minds of some sailors was the archipelago's reputation for the uncanny. Rife in the dark berths of ships and the taverns of every port town were tales of witches casting spells over unwary mariners and sinking ships, and of the ancient sea kings who were said to slumber in island caves until they awoke once more to dominate the lands. The shipmaster of Windswift scoffed at superstition and was confident in his ability to navigate the archipelago's hazards and the night's fickle winds. His miscalculation, however, not only cost countless lives aboard ship, but possibly the war itself. Both ships lost. No hope. The Crofts' door opened, and the willowy, ivory-haired woman of Danalong's previous vision stepped inside and appraised him with granite gray eyes. "You should eat, child," the woman said, and she gestured at the table. "Who are you?" "I am Marin. Eat. It is late noon, and your stomach is empty."